So Nanavel, you're appearing for both your groups in May 23, and we are just 1 week before the exam. Now you're given a pitch that you're going to clear in this attempt for sure. So in 2 minutes, it's like a oral interview for ICA. What makes you think that you'll clear for sure?
Okay, the first thing is consistency. Many students do the put in the efforts, but they lack in the consistency. So I have been majority of the time I have been tried to be in a consistency. At times even I have lacked that. At times I couldn't study for the number of hours required in a particular day of or achieving the target. But I have made sure that I am putting in at least the minimum amount, let's say 3 hours or 4 hours required. So in that times I have been consistent and regularly, like if I see many of my friends are like enjoying and then they are exploring the places. So I'm just missing that, but I have said clear no to them and they know that I've been saying no to them. So I'm just avoiding my friends. I've been avoiding a event. Today also there is certain event going on and I'm the only one staying at home. So I have said no to many things just for this particular course. And third thing, I have written a lot of tests, lot of recall, lot of revisions. I spent a huge number of time, anything in this world except for this particular course. A huge amount of time has been spent in this particular course, through which I have built myself in terms of knowledge as well as in the terms of skill set which is required or which is expected as a chartered accountant. And apart from that, there are certain lacunas which I feel that because of which I say I've been failing many times. So I've just tried to figure it out and try to sort them out in order so that ICI feels that this particular candidate is good to be a chartered accountant. And apart from that, the thing is, it's all about a mental game when it comes to an examination. So there are a lot of distractions around us, and I've just tried to avoid them as well as the negative things. I feel at times I feel much stressed. So even though I have prepared much, I feel like certain times I feel like there are lot many things that needs to be done. But I just spent a few times in thinking that even if I become a chartered accountant, there will be a situation where it will be out of the box and I need to be handling them with a same state of mind, peace of mind. So that is what I have been telling myself. You need to be calm in order to set the things and prioritize the things properly so that you can give your maximum output instead of giving your 100% to whatever, like what is expected instead of giving 80 to 70% accurate.
Perfect. So to summarize quickly, number one, you have been always consistent, even if it means reduced number of hours, you still study for X amount of time. Second, sacrifices. You are able to say no to multiple things which are not relevant to us. Number three, the amount of time you have invested into this course helped you build you the necessary skills and competence which is required. Number four, all the mistakes which you have been doing so far in this attempt, you are able to rectify most of them. So together, we believe you're a right candidate for ICI to make sure you become one among the fraternity, right? So adding on to this, between last attempt, where your average score was around 40, let's say 45, which you look at it. Now, what are the three things which went different in this preparation, which is going to give you the additional 50, 60 marks? So you have been consistent already, but compared to what happened last time, so what are the three things which will definitely help you add those 60 marks?
So in the last attempt, I never used to recall things. I used to like revise things. There's a difference between recall and which I understood, and I have been practicing it many a times. So I feel that recall will help me in the examination to recall the relevant points much quicker.
Right.
And second thing, that in examination, when I see the past papers, I have pretty sure about that particular question. But when I've solved, I have identified certain mistakes. So EMT has helped me to identify the mistakes way before the examination. So that will additionally give me 10 to 12 marks, which I feel. Third thing I would say is group synergy, I would say, because whenever I felt like I'm not able to study or something, I used to come to the LSH and there will be some or the other person sitting and studying. So seeing them studying, it just gives me a boost like, abhi mujhe bhi padhna hi padega because someone else is doing the efforts and he is more capable, he will get it. So I need to run the race with him or I'm losing the race.
Wonderful. Perfect. So I think you were bang on because I remember having a similar conversation with Suresh, because that is one of the testimonials which you would have sought to make a decision. Suresh is son of a daily wage worker. So 1 week before the exam, we had a conversation where he was not completely confident. Then I asked him something similar. Now you're saying, as compared to last attempt, the first important thing is recall, which means you're filling the day and revision tracker, DR or MDR, using regularly, where you're not just revising, you're recalling. So this one exercise, I'm telling you, this one exercise will add at least 5 marks per subject. So 5 marks already added. Second, exam mistake tracker, straightforward. If you have filled in exam mistake tracker thrice at least for one subject, it will add at least 2 to 2 marks. So 11 marks per subject is automatically added here. Assuming what has been done already is maintained, so you can see the 10-mark improvement. So both the techniques which you spoke about are bang on. And number 3, it's not about us, it's not about our techniques, it's not about your mentor, it's about your friends who are watching us right now. Because when you come back, that's a fantastic point. Community, we call it community or we call it accountability, whatever you call it. It gives you an environment of positivity and they'll push you forward. So this I also have, like, because we don't know how the exam is going to be, but I'm equally confident about you, Nanaval, because we also understand aesthetics certain student. Whenever I look at EMT, whenever I look at day and division, your name is one of the one which keeps popping up. And whenever I randomly check into the live study apps, most you are one among them who will be always there. So I also believe that you have very good chance to become CA Nanaval. So very good. I want all of you to give your best wishes for Nanaval. Just whatever you want to write, just write one sentence for it. Make a lovely sentence for him. All of you write one single sentence for him. Best wishes for him. Type it. Type it. Type it in the app directly because Zoom I cannot save it. Type it in the app. Go ahead and type it in the app. This is for Nanaval. I'm just dropping a context. Just type it. One simple sentence. How are you? Type it. Raghavendra, that's a good one. Somebody said, congrats, CA Nanaval. It can't be more powerful than this. Cool. Rest of you go ahead and type it in the app. Make it fast. When he mentioned about you, you should make sure you guys deserve it. You should give him so much power that you should use it like a battery willpower. Like whenever he goes down, you should just look at his messages and it should pop up with energy. Go into the chat app, go to the app, permanent record. Go to the app and vision. One simple sentence. Type it fast. Perfect. Congrats, CA Nanaval. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Great, guys. Fantastic. Wonderful. Great support. You have a good fan base, Nanaval. Okay. So that's going great. Okay. And apart from this, okay. So as we are speaking, from my side, in order to make it easy for you, apart from what we are doing in general, apart from you directly pinging me on the app, I'm sharing you my personal number. Okay. So whenever you think there is a crisis scenario, give me a call directly. Give me a call directly. So I've shared my number, save it. When you think something is not happening, one particular day you came back from the exam, if things are not working, give me a call. Always drop a message. I'll respond. I'll have to handle a lot of things. This is an additional thing. So whenever you think your capacity is not there, you have somebody backing you. You have a chartered accountant backing you up. So this is one Brahmastra for you. So I've shared your number. So nothing should stop you from clearing the exam. Okay. Thank you very much. So thank you rest of the guys for giving him your powerful words of encouragement. Thank you very much. Let's go to Rajan. Thank you, Nanaval. All the best.
Thank you.
Rajan, go ahead.
Yes, sir. 1 minute. Actually, I have wrote many points, 13 to 14 points regarding that, but from that I selected top 7. So as far as my previous attempt preparation and this attempt, the first decision the first thing I wrote that I took decision to choose your mentorship. That is the first decision which has add many value to my preparation in this attempt. So after that, I have worked on my Q&A portion and paper solving due to that 3x3 challenge and all that, RTP, MTP, science and all. So after that, I applied many smart study techniques, PDR, MDR, day and revision, EMT. Actually, I am not that much consistent in that, but as far as what I have done, I have taken many much benefit from that. So I have utilized it as much as I could. And as per that, I apply Pomodoro technique in my study, which has increased my study hours and my that efficiency in that during that focus block slot, we can say like that. So I have covered more syllabus as compared to my previous attempt. So which based on color coding technique. That sheet, so which is making me to feel confident about my next attempt paper. So I could attempt in very nice manner as much as my previous attempt. So and after that, my daily working on myself, mentally, physically, spiritually, to make my effective study. So I'm daily working on myself for that by building habits and all that. So and also I track my all movement, means daily movement, time wise, minute wise, where I am consuming my time and all. So that is making very efficient day for me. And after that, means one thought I came in my mind. So there were many shark fishes in my means around my boat, because I want to reach at seashore of the CA, and many shark fishes were there, but I have conquered many of that shark fishes, so that I can reach my seashore aim of my CA. And after that, as of at this juncture, I feel that from mind, from intellect, and from my professionalism, I am ready to be known as CA Rajan. So as far as preparation is concerned and syllabus is concerned, maybe there is late, but from my mind, from my positive attitude towards my aim, I am ready to become a chartered accountant.
Wonderful, Rajan. Wonderful. Great job. And to summarize what you have said, number one, you took a decision to join a mentorship, which means you added something in your preparation. It's not about us, it's about adding one more ecosystem into your preparation journey, which gives you a lot of confidence and clarity. This is number one. Next, you're talking about reading everything in Q&A format, where the precision in terms of preparation has helped, the speed would have improved. Next, using the techniques and trackers, day and revision or e-exam mistake tracker is what you have mentioned, which will help you to become more consistent. And the other one which you have mentioned, if I'm right, you talked about focus block slots, which has improved the extension of Pomodoro technique, as you rightly mentioned. So this four or five techniques are the 4 or 5 steps which you have taken have given you more confidence. And the last point, which you specifically mentioned, is although there are gaps in your subject completion or revision, which will be, you're still in a position where your mind says you're going to become a chartered accountant, is what you're saying. So fantastic. And you also have been very consistent. Like it's a very small group of students who are actually being very consistent. So you're among that. And right now, only those set of students are watching it live right now. So that is obviously the case. So I have many reasons to believe that you're also going to make it. So guys, everyone, please wish Rajan all the best. All of you wish Rajan in the group. Give your positive support. Wish him. Share your best wishes to him. In the app, directly in the app. Liking it? Rajan, I have shared my number to you also. You can save this, okay? So use it.
Thank you, sir.
Please don't send me good morning, good afternoon, good night. Our quotes like East or West, you are the best. I don't need all of that. When you have a very deep problem, I only want to solve your problems, nothing else. Okay. And yeah, give any closing remark, Rajan, and let's move to Ankit.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
You want to thank your friends also?
Actually, I'm typing in the group.
Okay, you're typing it. Perfect. Go ahead. Go ahead. Next, let's have Ankit. Thank you, Rajan. All the best.
Sir, I will clear my CA Group 2 May 2023 because I have submitted DER for approx 40 times, and I also solved 2 to 3 MTP of each paper, and I also solving the RTPs and 3 into 3 challenge, I was very consistent in always preparing. There are some days where I can't prepare, but I was consistent because you said that some days are good and some days are bad.
Right.
So I was consistent, and I followed the 20-hour challenge also, and currently also following 50-hour challenge. Then I think I spent 500 approx 500 hours for preparation,
Wow.
and then I solved MTP also. So that's why I will deserve to be a pass group 2 in May
Perfect.
2020.
And one thing is, I think you will be in the top 3 students who have submitted your day and revision every single day. You have crossed 40 times.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that explains when you picked up something. From there, you have been consistent. I think there was one live session where we had a personal conversation. I recommended from there. You have never missed it. Hardcore 40 plus submissions, and I believe you are very strong with your SCMP also. You have built
Yes, sir.
that subject very strongly. Not others would have a problem. So these are 2 advantages which you have. And quickly tell me, what are the 3 things which have improved from the previous attempt for you? Like you mentioned, all of
So
this, 3 things which specifically improved.
So in last year attempt, I can't solve the papers and I have not looked out the MTP and RTPs. So
Right.
that was the reason. And then second, I have not revised so many times. In current scenario, I have revised everything for 2 to 3 times.
Right. So if you look at it, the end game optimization part where we solve the MTP, RTP, and such terms of the previous attempts. So that is one thing which have improved. And second thing, as I rightly mentioned, the number of revision cycles. So most important part, apart from syllabus completion, X number of revisions plus practice plus end game optimization. Yes, this is definitely a game changer. Again, the cumulative value of this, whatever score it was, you can easily add 10 to 12 marks per paper, given the number of times you did it. So you can do the math, and I wish you all the best, Ankit. So please wish Ankit, all of you wish Ankit in the group. If you want to say something about your friends, to your friends, just add a closing remark, Ankit.
No, sir.
If you want to say something, you can say it, or you can type it, whatever is convenient for you.
Sir, I will type.
You will type it. Okay. Thank you, Ankit. Next, let me have Neerja Panikar. Neerja, you're there? Yes, come on board, Neerja.
Sorry, sir, I can't hear you.
Yeah. So make your pitch. Why should you clear in May 23? So explain it.
So basically, first I have put my maximum efforts that I can, and I know that previously compared to my previous attempts, I have put a lot of efforts in this attempt. Plus, I have made improvements because I can see those improvements in myself. Waking up early 4:30 a.m. regularly, completing my whole day schedule until 10 p.m. Additionally, since you had mentioned that there would be days that where you won't be able to give your maximum efforts. So every time there would have been days like I would feel that I have not put my efforts but I would waste my time thinking about it over and over again. But since you mentioned it consciously that yes, there would be days that you won't be able to do it. So I was aware of the fact, and that is why I understood the fact that it's okay if there are some bad days, but I shouldn't spoil the good days and should put maximum efforts as much as I can in that days. So that is very helpful for me. And in addition to that, this time I have consciously put efforts to write papers, solve papers, not just one, but almost 2 papers, and then refer to RTPs as well. So I am aware of the fact that yes, this time there are more things that I have done and done it in the right way. So that is why I can consciously improve in those portions. And plus the number of revisions that I did this time is far more than that I did in the previous attempts. I would agree that there are certain things that I have not completed, but still I have the confidence that even if I have done 90% to the best and maximum efforts, that is like way more important than not doing 100% but not doing it like all the way around. So that is why the 90% portion which I have done is being revised more than 2 times at least. So which is more than beneficial for me. So that is
So your game changers are very clear. Now, the classic question of what is the best thing which has happened this time as compared to your last attempt or any other previous attempt? What is the top 1 or 2 things which are done really well, which work really well?
top three things, that one that I mentioned earlier also, that since you consciously mentioned that you will have bad days, I did not waste my time thinking about,
Right.
oh, I wasted 2-3 days in the past, then I'll waste 2 more days thinking ki, Arey, nahi hua mere se. So no, that this time, even if I wasted my 2 days, I made sure that I made up for those in the next 3 days, because you
Right.
mentioned that 3 days are very important. So that was one of the most highlighting points. And one more thing that I would mention is like whenever there were times that I slowed down in my preparation, we had a Zoom meeting where you explained that what all needs to be done. So the next 3 days again became effective for me. So in that way, whenever there was a downfall in my preparation, because there cannot be days where all the days are the best days for preparing. So that were the times. It is like you can call it coincidence or not, but that were the times when you came in and took the meetings. So again, my graph went up. So that were the highlights. Maybe it is coincidence or maybe it is consciously, but it helped me in my preparation. So everything was like it was timed. So if those in preparation is timed, so maybe this time becoming CAs would also be a timed thing. So that's why.
Wonderful. And Vijay, you brought out a very important and valid point. The same thing will apply for your exams also. One exam, even if you're not doing well, that can be compensated. What you said is a very, very insightful thing. You cannot have an equalization in terms of all the 4 papers. One paper will definitely be a bouncer, no matter how well you do it. So accept it. It hits you hard. Know that, okay, this paper is a bouncer, checklist. Remaining 3, I can do something. Be happy if it's at the first exam, the rest 3 papers are fine. Right? This is exactly how it is. So guys, rest of you, please wish Nirja. You have very clearly built your pitch, and most importantly, the point which you said. This is a very important point. We are talking about avoiding the compounding effect of wasting time. People waste time thinking about wasting time, and that goes into a spiral. So something is not working, you stopped it there. You did not let it further worsen the condition.
Yes.
It will also save a lot of unnecessary thought trends. That's a very, very powerful insight. So I wish you all the best, Nirja. Just like them, I'm also sharing you my number. Use it whenever you have a problem. Okay. So I'm just giving it. Meanwhile, if you want to say something to your friends, you can add a closing remark.
So I had been on the live study sessions a few times. So I have seen everybody put their efforts, waking up early or studying till late night. So we all have put our efforts. So it would be fruitful one or the other way. So I wish all the best to everyone. And I hope to see everyone in the post result meeting session, congratulating each and every one of us. So all the best.
That's nice of you. Wishing everyone. Okay. All the best, Nirja. I've shared my number. So I wish to see your dream materialize. Okay. Good going. Next. Surendra, you can join us.
Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible,
sir.
Yes.
So this is my third final attempt. Last time I scored like 175 in group 1 and 170 in group 2. So before joining the mentorship, I collected the mistakes what I have did. In audit, I have not completed the syllabus, almost like 40% I have done, but this time I completed like around 80-90% of audit syllabus was completed, and I'm completely recalling, revising, using the techniques like 3x3 challenge was helped me a lot in revising audit. And also in DT, I have not solved any questions before. I just completely depend on the provisions, but this time I completely changed my strategy and I revised all the questions, and I can see the results of these 2 subjects in MTPs I attempted. A tremendous change compared to the last attempt. And in practical subjects like SFM and FR, I have made always like calculation mistakes.
Right.
Almost like 20 marks will be gone by calculation mistake, like clerical errors, like not seeing the question properly or misunderstanding question like that. But this time I have changed all this and using the techniques like focus block sorts and using the live study hours. I'm revising at least like 10 hours each day from last 100 days. I mean, consistent in doing this, and from all this, I can and get one and deserving to be a CA. in May.
Very good. So you're directly bang on saying that this is what happened last time. This time you picked up this. The first or best thing which you're talking about is the level of syllabus coverage. It was 70%, now it's 90%. 70% has given you 350, 90% will give you 400. Outrightly, that improvement will give you that advantage. I think the case is a lot of students have written both. That is number one. And second thing, as you rightly pointed out, when you're able to practice questions, when you're able to write one or two papers, the mistakes which you're going to avoid will be reduced, and also the speed which improves. And you are using the techniques very well. Most of the techniques which are given here, you are making use of it. So naturally, you just have to improve that 10% progression, right? 350, let's say it's ideally 15% if I have to look at it in terms of numbers, but as long as you're seeing the 10-mark improvement in each paper, you will go the distance. So as long as you're scoring 420, 440, that will make you happy, and good that you have fixed the gaps, like you are very precise about what it is. So that makes you confident about what has to happen. So you can wish best of your friends. I wish you all the best, Surendra. I'm also sharing you my number. So you can save it. You can reach out to me whenever you would require me. So save that, and you can add a closing remark for your friends. The rest of you, please wish Surendra in the app. Please drop your good wishes for him.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Surendra. Yes, please wish it. Why are you being lazy? Wish everyone.
I'll wish in the chat, sir.
Yeah, sure. No, I'm not just talking to the other one. I'm asking them to wish people, and they've already become
Actually, I wish everyone, sir, because we have all put the efforts
right.
in live study hours. We can see all
Right.
the ones in the meetings also,
Right.
everyone is attending, and we can see
Right.
all are putting efforts. And a special mention for our co-live study hours. It's like Chakri, Kea, Gayatri,
Hmm.
group synergy. So we are getting the group synergy, and we are studying together. So we deserve it, sir.
So Chakri is like the DJ of live studies, right? He's always there hanging around. Like whenever I'm there, whenever I enter, that is the guy which I always see. So sorted. So once he clears, I'll make him the admin of live studies. I don't know. I'll give him a title, and he'll be there even after this. So good to know, Surendra. I wish you all the best, and I'll share the number. You can use it. Okay. Next, let's move on to who's next. Tanuja. Tanuja, you're there? Tanuja, if you're there, switch on your video. Or if you're not yet there, I'll move to Arathi. Let's wait for a minute. Yeah, Arathi can go. Get started.
Yes, sir. So I think I should be CA because I'm very consistent and hardworking. So and also the best decision I took is that when the result came for the past attempt, I saw a failure. The very next day, without getting carried out by that negativity of failure, I chose to join a mentorship. So that was the best decision. And also, rather going for both groups, I concluded myself for sitting for the first group only. Because with small target, I thought I can achieve it.
Right.
Yeah. Then what good thing happened in my preparation is that in the past attempt, I never used to revise so much like the day in revision, or I never used to study in the focus block slot. And also, when I joined this mentorship, I found that like I got a structured way for my studies, a discipline,
right,
which I was lacking in the past attempt. And whenever I was feeling like, no, I'm not doing well for a day, that day, as some other person told, you came up with a session. And also, like, I was thinking, even the 3 months I joined in January, okay, I was thinking, would that be enough for me? So you were coming up with 100-day strategy, 75-day strategy. So I was thinking like, yeah, there is enough of time. That actually boosted me. And yes, and also the live study hours, I should mention it. Like, I was very late to it, but from past 1 week, 1.5 weeks, I'm there. So it's like I am also seeing the other person study. So when I think like taking a break and all, when I see the other person studying, it's like an instinct like, no, I should sit and study. I should not waste. It is like a competition. Like in one session, you said, no, like we should be a racehorse. That actually worked through the live study hours. And I got many study buddies there, Kia, Nanavel, Chakri. They actually boosted me to sit late night, even getting up early. Yeah.
Very good, Arathi. So to summarize, one, you took a early decision without falling into negativity. You decided to join an ecosystem. So that helped you to save time and stay in the positive environment. The second thing which you mentioned is you reset the target, because since both are looking like a mountain for you, you want to achieve one step so that you can achieve the other one very fast enough. So this is the second. And third, once you enter the ecosystem, you're able to modify your strategy according to the multiple strategies which you have shared. And most importantly, you made the best use of resources, especially you utilize this study buddies to further boost your preparation. So these are three things which have improved from your previous preparation. And I believe these are enough for you to go ahead and clear the exam in the coming attempt. So I'm just sharing my contact. So if you need anything, please feel free to reach out to me, and you can share your best wishes to your friends. Meanwhile, they'll also wish you luck. Guys, all of you, please wish luck for Arathi. And one thing which you have an advantage is your presentation. I remember one of the PPTs which you prepared was exceptionally good. So that is beyond the level of your exam standard. Now, a lot of people have this doubt. Why did we make them prepare PPTs? I say would not ask you to make PPT, because when you're talking about PowerPoint, the preciseness which is required to prepare a PowerPoint is 10 times higher than writing an answer. When you could do that, you can do this easily. So unless we push you to do that, you would not have known that you can do it so well. Even I believe that day a lot of people appreciated you. So once you do that, you just have to do only 10-20% of the main exam, and that will get your issue resolved. Okay. All the very best, Arathi. Now let me move on to the next one. So who is going next? Chakri, you're there? DJ, yes, DJ Chakri. Go ahead, boss.
Sir, no, so one of the thing like that happened is like after the results, I have started from that point, not losing so much time. Yeah, there is like and it's high time to pass now. Yeah, so fixing like I have been keeping the only source like what I have to study for the 4 months. Yeah, so I have been like I didn't change any sources like what I have planned for, and like there might be some changes, but it's okay. So and the other thing is like rectification of mistakes what happened like in the past attempts. Yeah, so like I have been getting the marks like around 190, 187, 188. It's not like I have been performing too bad, or like it's like not too good also. Like there is something labs that going on. So like when we are doing the 1.5 hour sessions, like the recent one, like when you told in the month of April beginning that you have to do a daily 1.5 hour revision of take at least a paper and do it. Yeah, so that helped a little like so whether and also and another thing is like so quick fixing of the decisions, like if the thing has not happened, so what is the time left and where can I squeeze the time, so where can I apply it. So I know that we have to do only a single subject a day as planned, but there like there is 1-2 hours we can adjust so that we can use this time for the thing. So I have done those things and I have made some changes. Yeah, so yeah, hope it turns out to be true. Yeah, so yeah.
Perfect, Chakri. So you have added some good points. One is refixing of things. This is the most important part. I'll tell you, this is the difference between watching a video on motivational video on YouTube. It will boost you, it will push you to go somewhere. But then once you move forward, you'll encounter a new set of challenges, and there is no solution to that. Like this is because people expect solutions in black and white. That is not the case. It is always, in gray, where I have to go to a new point, and from there you fix it. Because last week the problem which we are dealing was different. This week what we are dealing is different, And once you solve one problem, a new problem has to be resolved. Preparation is a continuous problem solving and decision making process. Problem solving, decision making, skill building. These are the three components of preparation. And I'm glad that you rightly mentioned. And the reason why we are able to do it so well here is because that's what is entrepreneurship all about. Any entrepreneurship thing which you get into, it's all about problem solving, decision making, skill building. You have to build a new skill, you have to fix problems deeply, and you have to take decisions quickly. So I'm glad that you're able to learn from that and maintain the same flexibility. Since you have mentioned the right point, in the exam also, we are saying that okay, first 40 minutes, suppose 1 hour, go and attend 40 minutes and 40 marks and score 24 marks. If it's not happening, try it in the second hour. If it's not happening, in the remaining 90 minutes, what can be done? Can we break it down into 30, 30, 30? That is exactly what each of you have to do. And your name is the one which has been mentioned by multiple people, like the Godfather. I don't know what you have done for them. So everybody was mentioning your name. You can throw some insights on that. Why everybody was talking about you?
No, sir. So every people like I have been like in the Zoom like from the beginning, like in the February. So sometimes I used to stay alone, like no one would join, like use it. So now people join or they're like they would panic, like they don't have enough time or like they can't focus. So like I have met Surendra, Nanve, Kia, like many people, like we were in the same position at that point, but we have rectified ourselves while being consistent over there. Like so whatever it is, whether we can't study for 10 hours, but we will maintain for like the targets to complete, like at least 70% of the targets to complete, whether it's 6 hours or 8 hours. So so when they were like when the new people who are joining were asking like that, so I like we used to say that it's gonna happen, like just be focused, like try for 2 hours, try for 1 hour, try for like half an hour, try to complete this milestone. Like we used to like say those things. Might be.
Very good, Jackie. I appreciate the additional effort. It's not easy because people are stuck with their own problems. When you have the bandwidth to solve somebody's problem, that actually explains your mentality. So more power to you, and I wish you all the best. So
thank you, sir.
I also am visualizing that I'll bring you back because there are some students we always bring them back. So you will be contributing a lot and you will become an important part of this organization. I just have to go and clear. Rest of it, I'll fix it for you. Right? So I've shared you my number. And if you want to add any closing remark, you have been giving a lot of gyan, I believe. So now add one more simplified remark for the rest of your friends before we bring in Tanuja.
No, everyone here is they are like capable of doing it.
Right.
And we got the right track now. Right. And don't think like what happened in the past. So we have like just 20 days more, including exams. So just we'll kill it. Just kill
Perfect. It. That's a good way because that's important. People miss out on the exam days. That exam days, a lot will happen. A lot can happen over coffee. A lot will happen over the exam days. So 20 days is the right thing, not 7 days. Good one. Okay. Thank you, Jackie. Good.
Thank you, sir.
Tanuja, you are there? I think Tanuja is playing hide and seek. She's there in she's coming and leaving. Yeah. Go ahead.
No, sir, actually, there was some network issue, so I couldn't.
That's good. Go ahead.
Yeah, sir, my preparations are almost well, I think. Only because I know the right material, I know the points that I have to pick and I have to stress upon on the 1.5 days of the exam days. And at this time, what a change that I have made in my preparation is that I have actually stressed upon presenting the content in a very much kind of in a flowchart manner. So whatever the content that I have read, so in the terms of BER, I used to present it on a sheet of paper. So right. I took paper and I tried to compress almost 100 pages into one sheet of chart paper. The front side and the back side, wherein I just focus on the key points, one word of each and every point that I have to write. So what will happen with this is that I will get a bird's eye view on the very exam day itself. So in exam, on the day of exam or the morning when I refer that particular sheet of paper, I mean the chart paper, I'm able to recall and visualize basically that. Whenever I used to write a mock test paper, I realized that I'm able to visualize whatever the things I have penned down on my chart paper.
Yeah, sir. I have not submitted any EMTs. I think I have submitted two or the three in the month of Feb. But after that, I have appeared for my ICI physical mocks. So there, I have requested them to give me the hard copy. I mean, allow me to take a
Validation,
screen.
yeah.
They haven't allowed me. I got for mock test 1, I got the results, but I didn't submit the EMT. Mock test 2 results are yet to come. They haven't checked it yet.
That's okay, because the best point you mentioned is summarizing everything in a single sheet. Because I was the flowchart mechanism is far more efficient than PPT, but again, that can happen only when you complete the syllabus at a reasonable advanced stage. Otherwise, what will happen is the structure which people build will be very loose. So it's a very good and I would say most powerful way of revising things. And next batch, in fact, we will be introducing that as a compulsory assignment, like index mapping at PowerPoint. The flowchart will also be made compulsory with the topics. So that alone will be the game-changing difference. So whatever you submitted in the day-end revision, you can be rest assured that each topic will add that each sheet will give you that 5 to 6 marks. So that is as powerful as that. So I wish you all the very best, and I'm sharing you my contact in case if you need any additional support before or after or during the exams. So I've shared it. And guys, please wish Tanuja. And Tanuja, I want to add any closing remarks for your friends?
Yeah, I would just tell you that irrespective of whatever your preparation is at, we should be very much confident. I think confidence plays when I was writing my mock test for the audit exam, I was of the opinion that I haven't covered my 50% of the topics. But then I was confident enough that I know something, I will be able to write. So when I set for the exams, you know what? When you sit for the exam, literally in the exam mode, you tend to recall the topics which you haven't touched upon the last one day, but you tend to recall if you have studied before. So just keep confidence and keep a faith on your preparation that you have did well and you will bang on this exam. All the very best, guys.
Wonderful, Tanuja. I've shared my number and all the very best. You will be rewarded for your efforts. Thank you very much. Whom do we have? Sowmya, you're there? Rest of you? Sowmya, you're there?
Sir, yes.
Yeah, switch on your video. Yes, go ahead, Sowmya.
First of all, I have only 6 subjects, like 3 in this and 3 in this. My basic advantage now, what I'm thinking, like I have like 4 days holidays between FR and audit. And in group 2, I have again 3 days. So I have time to revise. Even now, I leave some parts. I can revise them. It's not like I'm not going to. I have been more consistent than relating to the past attempt. I have also joined the day the result came. You had a session at live at the 7 at the evening. So I have joined that day itself. So I have the part of the 100-day strategy. So January, February were like more group. I started with the group 1. They were more means related to last attempt. I am someone is not that consistent. I have to feel a heat. If there is only 1 month, there is 1.5 month, then I will start feeling the heat. But January and February were more consistent. I have started DERs. I started to revise only because I have to submit the DER. I have 40 DERs and we have to have 10 EMTs, right? So first I have picked up that habit of revising from the DER itself. So at the 9 o'clock, I have to submit the DER. So I have to take the break. I have to revise. Then I submitted. So that is how I started my revision. Now my consistently, now I am not submitting DERs because I am in other phase, not nothing, not DER new. We have to complete this every 5 days.
We are losing your voice, Sowmya. The last 30 seconds, can you relog in? You're losing your voice.
Am I audible right now?
Yes, you're audible. Yes, go ahead. We lost you for a while.
So this month, 1 month, I have given 5 days for every subject. I have regarding EMT, I have written I have done a MTP for DT. This is my first time I'm giving 2 groups. I have never given 2 groups before. Even for painter also, I have never given. So after doing that exam, I was always doubtful like whether I will be able to get those 40 marks over there, because I don't know how I'm going to be in the exam at the group 2. After doing this, I was able to score actually pretty good. Like I don't know I would be able to do that. So right now, okay, group 2 is okay. I have the confidence like, okay, it's not like I'm going to mess up the group 2. I have to, okay, group is done. Regarding group 1, uh, last attempt I have scored 190. So those 10 marks are which I have lacking from the TV subject. So I was able to go deeply into the subjects. And I have this attempt, I have gone strategically more than hard work. It's not like I have to sit I didn't go for like 10 hours completely. I have to sit and I have to do particularly all this. But at the end of the week, I have completed all the subjects, topics which I have to do. They were good and bad. I'm also like, you said like we will have good days and bad days. That bad, I didn't make them affect me those bad days. Okay, good days were really good. Bad days also I was okay. Like it's okay. At the end of the week, I have to neutralize those both. That is what I have done. And regarding consistency of the last attempt and this attempt, I'm way more better than last attempt and this attempt regarding consistency. That is what I'm saying.
Perfect, Sowmya. So basically, you want to use the undue advantage of exemptions plus the gap days so that you want to go and crack. So that's one thing. And second, you moved to a level past DER, which is quite confident. I appreciate that. Like you're done with that, I've moved beyond it. That's good. And using the numbers, the target which you are given, so that gave you a push to complete it. That's a good thing. And as you rightly said, on the day of the result itself, you took a decision to join. So you took the advantage of joining from the day 0. That is always there. And overall, I believe you have put in enough efforts, and especially you have done the mocks also to go ahead and crack those 6 papers. It's a tricky thing, but it's not like 2 groups, it's not like 1 group. You have some level of confidence. So overall, I can consider you almost like 1 group student than both group students. And you're writing 6 papers because you have some advantage, you have some confidence, you have an exemption. Given all this together, the same dynamics which will work for a group 1 student will work for you. Since once you finish this group, it's a fresh restart. So you can go with the same sense of calmness. Don't worry about handling 2 groups. You just look at it as 1 group. That is exactly how we are going forward. I wish you all the very best. And as I'm giving this Brahmastra to everyone, I'm sharing you my number in case you need it. Please feel free to buzz me whenever it is. And I want all of you to wish Sowmya. Sowmya can add a closing remark for your friends. Wish them, thank them, whatever you want. Can add one more statement of yours. Rest of you, please wish Sowmya.
Let's all be the 10 to 12% past percent. I want everybody of my friends to be in that.
Wonderful, Sowmya. That's a sweet way of concluding this. Thank you. Next, do we have Sushmita here? Sushmita, you're there. I think you did not speak too well. If one of you are left out, please switch on your video. Yes, Sushmita. Go ahead. You're on.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, you're on.
Okay. Hello, everyone. First of all, when I had score and 188 in the previous attempt, but at the same time, I was with exemption in law. So I was so disturbed so that my exemption is lapsed, and so I was thinking that not further attempt, and I almost quit. Then one day I was in the same position. I tried a lot, all this stuff happened, but in the next day morning I took a decision. We cannot spoil all these things just because of one bad attempt. We just need one good attempt and that one result, positive result. So I joined very next day your mentorship. That was my first step towards my success, and I know about this thing. I ended with the 188, but I had exemption, right? So I knew I need to prepare one more subject, which I have never studied in last 3 previous attempts. So I have this thing in my mind. So I was preparing from the Jan. Though I was not so consistent, all this stuff, I was not used to study for the longer hours, like say 8 to 9 hours. But I consistently used to study at least 3 hours, 4 hours. Even in the bad days, I used to study for that minimum time at least. And I initially used to submit also DER and all this stuff. But currently, I'm not doing these things. And apart from this, what I know what are my weaknesses. I tried to wake up early in Jan, in mid till the mid of the Feb, but by that time I knew this is not working for me. I'm not able to work early. Wake up at early. Okay, so I shifted to late night studies, and this is working very good in my case. And currently I'm studying till at late night for 30 till 5 sometimes.
Nice.
So it's working for me, and so it's give me that confidence. So okay, सुबह नहीं हो रहा है, that's okay, fine. At least रात में हो रहा है.
It's a modified attitude, yes.
And one more thing, what I did to avoid my distractions. Whenever I feel not to study, I used to see the videos. Used to see the revision lecture. So so it don't make me in that guilt,
Right,
I have not studied. And apart from that, I used to stay concentrated, box breathing technique here and the guided meditation. It helps me a lot. Whenever I feel low or underconfident, it gives me the boost and confidence. So it helps me a lot. And I also solved all the MTPs, recent PhD attempts, and the RTPs, ancestor answer of the previous 3 attempts. I have gone through all this stuff, and I'm not done 100% coverage for the audit and FR, but for the sake of law and SFM, I have done it so well. So I'm pretty much sure about the law this time also, that I'll get exemption, and for the SFM also, and let's hope for the best. And I was in the position in case of FR and audit, so I can get 45 to 50 around something. So I used to do selective study for FR and audit, and keep we had a previous conversation about my writings of on MTPs or etc. So I work upon that. I didn't solve MTPs in exam format, but whenever I used to revise, I used to write down all these points.
Right.
After every question, vagera. Okay. So I think it helps me a lot, and it's give me confidence so that I can clear.
Fair enough. To summarize, so when the result hit you hard, you're able to gather yourself quickly from that zone of negativity, from the hopelessness state. You're able to jump into the situation very quickly. You started to work on it, and then you started fixing the gap. Like, this subject is the problem, and you rightly use this. For example, you use DER format for some amount of time. When you see that, okay, this is sorted, you moved on. And when you saw that morning is not working, switched it the other way around. So you're able to make suitable modifications without defeating the core objective. And right now, even for this exam, so you followed a modified approach. At the end of the day, you are somehow making sure all the process is leading to the defined objective of clearing the exam. I believe that is how the direction happened. And also, one thing which I liked about you is you're working on the corrections which are being given to you. Whenever we have a discussion, from there you're working on it without just listening and leaving it. So all of this gave you reasons to believe that you are going to clear in this attempt. So I also have the same belief, Sushmita, for you. I wish you all the best. So giving you the super access, I've shared you my number, and you can reach out to me for anything at any point of time. And guys, rest of you, please wish Sushmita all the very best for her exam. So she has done a fabulous job in fixing her problems and giving a brave fight. So guys, wish Sushmita. And Sushmita, do you have a closing remark for them?
Thanks for your patience and listening to me. And I just to all of you to clear attempt, and we all meet as a chartered in the
Wonderful.
next
Wonderful.
after our exam.
Perfect. Perfect.
Thank you so much for
Thank
everything.
you. Thank you. All the very best. Yes.
Yeah.
So do we have Vasundhara? We have Vasundhara and Isaiah. So these are the last two guys before we conclude this. Vasundhara, are there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can switch on your video.
One.
Yes. Isaiah, you're next after Vasundhara. Okay. Go
Hi,
ahead,
good
Vasundhara.
afternoon.
Good afternoon. Yes.
So I think I covered a lot of things with respect to my perspective. I mean, syllabus definitely, but other than syllabus, there was what's that? Something but more than peace and calm, but still managing chaos. Something that I don't know the word, but I enjoyed the process so far. It was good, better than good.
Best.
Syllabus and all, I was confident that it will happen. You had a proper system, and so that was not a worry. The last 10 days, the last 1 month is the game when your mind actually plays more trick and you tend to fall into that voice.
Right.
So that helped. All those systems that you created from January really help to keep that balance.
Right.
Other than that, like I said, having the focus blocks really helped me to pull myself back. There was no need to push myself to sit for 3 hours.
Right. Right.
So initially, I could not see the benefit of it. But today I know that taking that 10 minutes for yourself, you can actually sit for 5 hours.
Perfect. Perfect. Right.
So you get a lot by giving yourself that 10 minutes, that 7 minutes. Other than that, I just enjoyed the process. Like there's nothing more to add to it.
Wonderful. So very, very matured and polished insights, like simplifying it. I think better than good. I will keep it at the top of your testimonials when you give your CA or something. It's a very good way to explain this. And yeah, the word you are looking for could be peaceful productivity. I don't know what, but I understood what you're saying. Instead of running it in the chaos, like you're peaceful. And one thing which you repeated thrice is you enjoyed the process. That's the most important part because preparation is dreadful for many people. So why not wait for this? Let's start enjoying the process from the beginning. And that's the best thing because a lot of students they have a very bitter experience with this. So now you have changed the definition. I'm glad it worked. And ultimately, all of this eventually should convert into the result. I think I remember we having just one conversation. You asked very specific and precise questions. You took a quick decision in the call, and from there we are here. So thanks for trusting us, and I believe it has been a good decision so far. And eventually the results should.
The trust has worked both ways,
Yes,
sir.
yes,
It's
yes,
not
yes.
just me.
Yeah, absolutely. So because trust is something when there is absence of logic. If everything is logical, you don't need trust. It's straightforward. So trust is something which you go out and fix the gap. So when you could trust us, what I would say is trust yourself now. Like now there is nobody else. Like when you go into the examination center, probably my voice will be there around. Like that's what we try to do. But then you have to go and find the battle. Like you have the wishes of your parents, you have the wishes of your well wishers, but it's a lonely battle. So that is something. Just trust yourself. Things will always work when you trust someone. It could be you or it could be somebody else. So that's what I could think. And thank you very much for being a part of the process. You kept on adding something very specific and very insightful. So we'll do more of this. I'll also bring you back into the ecosystem. And I wish you all the best.
Sure.
Give a couple of quick insights for the rest of your students. Like share something which might help them.
Out of experience, I've learned that don't panic if your early papers go bad.
Right.
It's just an indication that the rest paper will fix itself. Give yourself 1 hour to grieve, like 2 ghanta, but get done with that process.
Yeah.
Don't hold back. I'll mourn for it after my papers are done. It doesn't work.
That's a good one. Like it's okay even if you see some shitty paper. That's totally fine. Just look at the entire process. It's like a 4-paper exam or 8-paper exam. Don't make it into 1 paper exam, right?
Exactly. And eat. Stay hydrated.
Thank you very much, Rajna. Nice talking to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Sure. And Isaiah, for the winning shot, you're invited.
Yeah, I'm at the last batter. I'm at the last batter on the last over, I guess. Yeah.
So we're expecting a helicopter shot from you.
Helicopter shot, yeah. It feels good to be here, sir. So the thing is, I gave before this attempt, I gave my attempt in May 22. So I didn't write the November exam. So I feel that I should clear this time because preparation wise, I was much more consistent because after May 22 exam, I got a job and like I'm still at the job there. So I didn't want to write the exam and take a leave immediately since I got the job. So after November was the time I started properly preparing. I was doing consistently. The time was a huge constraint for me because I used to do at least 2 hours in the morning, 2-3 hours in the morning was definite, and 1 hour after coming from work. That was there for the past 2, 3, 4 months. That was there, and it just elevated for the past 2 weeks. It was on another, and that's when I didn't even know about this daily Zoom call that we have in the live session. That was amazing. Like to see the others study, it gives a much huge motivation for us also for me also, especially to sit and study. So I didn't see what I did was last attempts. I didn't mistake. What I did is I didn't do the RTPs, I didn't do the MTPs, especially the RTPs also. I never touched it. Inter and finals also. Even when I cleared one group also for finals, I didn't touch RTP. But this time I thought I'll do that and see one quote which I remember is, if you keep doing the same thing, you can't expect a different result. Something different that I did was I did the RTP and to pass the same for what I group 2 for me, what worked was 2 papers. I was very thorough. 2 papers, I was just okay with it. Just so that it helped me get over the line. This time also I'm focusing on like that itself. And the major thing is that for this attempt, the ABC analysis, right? I was focusing too much every attempt for this ABC analysis. And so whatever comes out of the ABC analysis, I wouldn't be able to answer, like 0 I would get for that.
Right.
So this time what I did is, other than ABC also, so I have some knowledge, not 100% knowledge, but some knowledge is there for that subject, especially for audit and FR, because they are huge subjects. So you should not complete like audit of NBSC, NBFC and PSU, something or the other. I know about it. I can write pointers on that. So I can help out in somewhere and SFM and law, those are my key subjects. Like I hope bouncers don't come for that. So that is the only, yeah. And overall that was, yeah. So, and I know the next 9 days and all, I know I'm going to slog it off, and you'll be seeing me a lot more in that Zoom call. But yeah, hopefully we can make it through this time.
Perfect. Yeah. First thing is, although you joined in a bit late, you were able to adapt it fast enough. And second thing is, you're working still, you're not bringing it as an excuse, because a lot of people have this, I'm working and working. You're very clear. It's a fact than an excuse for you. That actually helps. And the advantage of this is that while you work, you have some peace of mind about your financial fear. Like when you have X amount of time, you'll have to worry about something. Like people who are not working will worry about work. People who are working will worry about study. So there will be something to worry, but you have to come into terms with that. So you don't look at it as a handicap. So that's very good about you. This is unlike others. And in general, I would say fix which you have identified, not doing MTP and RTP. That's one of the most powerful things which you can add on, because there are some things when you add them, they don't add a lot of value. Like redoing your coaching is not going to add a lot of value, but adding this end game optimization where you are making sure you're going through what is happening in the question answer and your own answer, this is a huge value addition. So you can see the significant shift in marks. So I wish you all the best, and I'm sharing my number, and also probably if I'm in case missed it, I'm sharing in the group also. Excuse me if I haven't forgot sharing it with any one of you. Totally unintentional. So I shared it generally to all of you, so I can share it. And please wish Isaiah. So Isaiah, just wish your friends closing remarks.
Yeah, I wish everyone all the best for the exams. It's like how Sir said, it's a mind game. I'm sure that 8 days or that 16 days is just going to pass soon. So just keep your calm composure. I'm sure everyone is prepared well. So hopefully we'll party well after the exams are done. Yeah. All the
Perfect.
best.
Perfect. Secretary likes the word parties. Face lit up when he said that. So guys, I hope you understand the difference between how your mind is working versus 50 minutes and now. So this is what I'm talking about. So whether it's over positive or negative, do not worry about it. So you have reached a stage where you can clearly clear. You can clearly clear. These are my words. Having said that, it's not going to be automatic. You just have to maintain something. You just have to work on it, right? I'll share this video also. And now you have a moral responsibility, a social responsibility to clear because you've already said it. We already celebrated our results. So you don't have a choice but to clear, right? This video is recorded all together. Whomever I'm sharing, this has, you have to clear. There is no other way. So this is why we have done it. Okay. So from here onwards, this is sorted. You have done your preparation well. The confidence is there. Now let's focus on fixing the gaps without losing our confidence or without losing the essence of it. If there is a new problem, we'll share it. If there is a new problem, we'll fix it. Okay. Now the group, the chat group, which because the positivity is set and sorted, done and dusted. Now you can keep using the group. If you come out with a specific problem, please mention that individually or in the group, whatever it is. Okay. I've been trying to revise auditing. I'm not able to remember this, whatever it is, you can use it. Or at any point of time. If 10 of you decide that we'll have a live session, we'll have it. Now, earlier it was the majority, now it's just 10 of you. Like you can decide that, sir, let's have a live session, let's have it. Because now, I'm telling you, I have kept my calendar clean. The reason why I'm able to share my numbers so openly is that I have nothing else until your exams. Like I'm equally tense or more tense than you. Until May 17, I don't have anything else on my calendar. And I'm also living separately from my family. Normally, I work in my home office. But during the exam days, I have taken a separate space because I only want to focus. However, I have written my exam individually. That is how I do it. That is the reason why we are able to get this result. There is that integrity from all ends. So it's up to you. You tell me whenever you want it. You want to have an individual conversation. You want to have a group session. You want me to work on something. You want me to look at your preparation for this. Anything, I'm always available. And there is no differentiation between student X, student Y. If you're putting in that effort, I'm willing to support you. So you always have me till the end of your exam. Last day, last minute of the exam, I'll be there with you. So you can be very clear about fixing gaps. You don't have to do it individually. You don't have to worry about it. You always have someone you can keep discussing with you. Now, today, there will be a better connect because you have expressed yourself, right? All of you have expressed yourself reasonably well. So let's use this ecosystem. Let's use this ecosystem and positivity to add those 5 to 6 marks. And don't worry about gaps. I'm telling you, there are gaps in your preparation process. There are gaps in our mentorship process. But at the end of the day, both of us know that we did our best. It could be better. It will be better. That is there. But right now, for this is where we have landed. This is good enough to clear. What you have done is good enough to clear. What we have done is good enough to clear. That's the end of the story. Now, something has to improve. Let's use it. Now, tomorrow, if you want to go and write CPA, let's crack it in one go with good scores. That is how it is going to be. Next batch is going to get better. That is always there. But what we have done is enough to clear. That is what you have to understand. Okay. So with this, I'm leaving you now. Have a guilt-free break for 75 minutes. Okay. 75 minutes. There's nothing on your agenda. Do nothing. Just let this float because you deserve to relax. Like as Vasundhara was saying, 10 minutes of relaxation is giving a lot of, I would say, flexibility for the next few hours, right? So similarly, you just have the 75 minutes. Let's look at it. At 2 o'clock, once you come back, come back to the study hour, what you have to do is process one more paper. You've done it for audit and DT. Do the same for 15 minutes for one more paper. I would recommend FR and SFM because first paper, if you process it already, you don't have to worry about it. Otherwise, what will happen is no matter which subject you study from now, the last 1 week, you're always bothered about the first paper. So process it to a meaningful extent. It will help you for 2 reasons. One, it will give you clarity. Number 2, you will know the number of days you have to invest for FR. Is it 4? Is it 3? Is it 5? We say that 4 plus 1 more day. That gap day, we always use it for FR, May 1st. But you'll know it better. We think that additional day should be invested for SFM. You can do it even for group 2 students. Don't get lethargic that your exam is on May 9th. No, that's not how it is. Be ready by April 30th. The additional thing, because since DT is huge, SCMP is a bit complicated, IDT has to be covered. So you have your own challenges. Don't get lethargic. Complete everything by April 30th. I'll tell you what has to be done from May 1st separately for group 2. But right now, in the next 1 hour from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m., just fix it. Is that clear? You are processing RTP of May 2023. for FIR/SCM. That is exactly what you are going to do. And as I said, you are going to have unconditional access from now. You have my number, drop a message, let's have a session for this. You have an internal discussion, and please stay in live study hours. It is going to save. Don't deviate, don't think over smart that you're finding something else. No, this is the best format. Do this and stick to previous day revision, day end revision, and midday revision if possible. Stick to this. I know that you have to cover a lot. I know what I'm talking about. See, I'm not, see, in a way, I'll be slightly humble in saying something. I'll make it look like a recommendation, but what I'm saying is actually mandatory. So generally, I don't want to be pushy. That is the reason why I'm sounding like I'm recommending it. But if you ask me, I can say it's mandatory. There's nothing which can add more value than this framework because it sets your day intact. Your mind is running like a mad donkey right now. It keeps going places. So you have to contain it. Start with something, end with something, so that you can box your range of thoughts. That is exactly why I'm recommending it strongly. Okay. So all the very best, guys. You're done well. I'm like the entire frame. I think I can do the same frame with the results. I'll share you one frame. You'll understand what I'm talking about. So, so the same frame, right? We will meet again for the success party. Probably we'll have a offline party in Hyderabad. If you're, I think most of you are not from Hyderabad. Probably I'll invite you. We'll have some fun. So we'll have a super student summit or whatever we can call it. So let's do all of that. But right now, it is your responsibility to make sure I get a chance to invite you. Right? That is at least you have to do it. I can't give a random invitation. Right? So all the best. Take a break till 2 o'clock, and we'll you can continue in the live study hours and do that exercise once again. After that, if you have any questions, you can let me know, or even otherwise, evaluate both papers, like what you have done in the morning and then what you do in the night. Look at the gaps, and from there work on both. 90 minutes of presentation and 9 hours of processing is what you have to do every day for the next few days. Clear? All at this. I'm just okay. I just need a thumbs up from all of you. I'll take a screenshot. Don't cover your face, like. So I'm expecting that this is the boldest thing I'm doing much before the results. So it should look like match fixing. Now somebody sees this. How did this guy know that these guys are going to clear? There is something tricky about it. So they should get a doubt, like how we are actually cracking it. So that is the best way to go ahead and hit the results. Okay. Thank you guys. Get going.